Introducing the 5-inch lace part cap. Yes, this cap is absolutely amazing. It is perfect for anyone who has alopecia, hair loss, thin hair, short hair, damaged hair, and even for anyone who just wants to protect their hair. Yes, this is a great protection for your hair, and today I am doing a crochet box braid hairstyle using this lace part cap. And when I say it came out absolutely amazing, it really did. It came out natural looking. It is very versatile. The cap is very durable. It's stretchy. It's comfortable. And most of all, it is affordable. So tap the link in the description below to get your order in for the 5-inch lace part cap. You will not be disappointed. Again, it is absolutely gorgeous. And look at this style. Sam, it's your girl, TsBraidsWeaves and Wigs. Here is what I love to do, and yes, today I am going to show you how I install the new crochet lace wig cap. Yes, I am now doing the braid pattern for this lace part crochet cap. I am going to show you how to install it. It is a very easy method. However, I am going to give you some essential tips that you are going to need to know when you are installing. So, the very first important tip is to make sure that you do at least one perimeter braid. A perimeter braid is a braid that goes all the way around from your forehead, down your neck, and around to the other side. So it's like all the way around. Here I did 2 perimeter braids, and I did do 2 small foundation braids for her part. So here's the arrow showing you where the perimeter braid is. Because she does have really thin hair, I did 2 perimeter braids, and I did the foundation part, so it can be used as a left side or a right side part. Look at that lace. Look at that lace part. I love it. Look how stretchy this cap is. Look how durable it is. It's not thin where it's easy to be ripped. And yes, look, this is the inside of it. This is how the lace is sewn to the crochet cap. So I love this cap. It is very durable. It's not easy to tear. Here I'm going to fit it on her head. You want to make sure that you fit it and install the cap, and make sure that the edge of the cap is lying on that perimeter braid. You want to make sure it's lying on that perimeter braid because you are going to sew this cap down, because you want it to be secure and you want it to make sure that it does not move. So here I am adjusting the lace part to her part. So I did 2 foundation braids, and I'm going to show you those 2 foundation braids in just a moment, so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. You want to lay that lace part right on her part. Yes, look at that lace, and it's laying right on top of the part that I made. See these 2 foundation braids? And that's her part. I'm laying the lace right there in the center of those 2 braids on her natural part. So that's exactly what you want to do, even if you are doing a left side part or if you are doing that center part. Make sure that that lace is lying right where your natural part is. And again, make sure that the perimeter braid is lying right on the edge of that crochet cap as well. Once you get it adjusted, you want to make sure that you pull that lace when you are sewing nice and snug so that it fits nice and flat. You don't want any ruffles, wrinkles, or anything in that part. So you need to make sure, tip number 2, very essential, make sure that you pull that part. So here I'm going to start sewing on that left side foundation braid. Remember the 2 braids that I braided underneath? That's what I'm sewing to right now. I'm sewing to the left side braid. So I'm going to start sewing on this left side braid, and then I'm going to sew all the way down, and once I get to the end, I'm going to start sewing down the left side of the perimeter, meaning I'm going to do one side at a time. I'm going to sew down the left side part, and then the left side braid, and then I'm going to sew down the left side of the perimeter, and then with another needle and thread I'm going to do the right side. So that's the third essential tip. You want to do one side at a time. You don't want to do the whole part together, meaning the left side and then the right side and then do the perimeter. At least that's not how I do it. I find that the part lays more flat if I do one side at a time. So again, just continue to watch, and I'll come back with some more essential tips on how to make sure that the part lays nice and flat and that you do one side at a time. So thank you so much for watching. Continue to see how this lace crochet cap is installed, and if you haven't tried it, ladies, please try it. It is amazing. I love it. Okay, y'all, so now I am on the right side, and as I stated before, I do one side at a time. So now I'm going to pull this right side. I'm going to pull the cap, and I'm going to start sewing so that I can make sure that it is nice and flat, that lace part is nice and flat. So in order to do that, I needed to put a few stitches down on that lower braid so that I can pull the cap and make sure that I get it stretched nice and flat. Again, you want to make sure that there is no wrinkles or ruffles in that part. And then I'm going to start sewing down the right side perimeter braid and finish off securing this cap. Again, ladies, if you have not tried this crochet cap, it is amazing. It is the most protective way to protect your hair if you have hair loss, if you have damaged hair, if you have thin hair, as my client does, and I did not want to just attach the crochets to her natural hair, which is going to cause a lot of tension. I'm going to be attaching her crochet locks, which is the style that she's going to be getting, onto this cap, not to her hair. The majority of the locks will be on this cap, and I am going to actually introduce my new sew-in method for crochets. So I will be having a video that will be following this one, and it will be my new technique of how to sew on instead of crocheting them. Especially with this crochet lace part, I want to make sure that the crochets are right up on the part so that it looks as natural as possible. So I will be using my sew-in method. So please stay tuned for that sew-in method technique. And again, I thank you all so much for supporting my channel. I am sending much love to each and every one of my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, please join the family. I try to bring valuable content each and every time I lay down a video. So again, thank you so much for all your support. This is TsBraidsWeaves and Wigs. Much love.